I'm here with my friend James.
Hi. Good to meet you all.
We're all going to play the $500 housewarming today, and hopefully we have some really good luck and play well. Go deep.
Yep. We're going to make final table, both of us.
Yes, sounds good. Hey everyone, welcome to the day 2 vlog. Today I played in the $500 housewarming event, the first flight, and most of the vlog's just going to be hands from that tournament. This is very early in the tournament. The tournament we started with 50,000 in chips, and the blinds are 100, 200 with 200 big blind ante, and I'm here in the cutoff. Folds around to me and I raise to 600. The button calls a 600 and the big blind calls a 600. The flop is 7, 8, 4, and I have Jack 10 offsuit, by the way. The big blind checks and I decide to continuation bet here, and both players call. Turn card is a beautiful 9, giving me the straight, 7, 8, 9, 10 Jack. The big blind leads out at this point. Also, there are 2 flush draws on the board. So I think with a nut straight, this point, I think my best option is to raise. That way I can get value from lower straights, flush draws, and potentially sets. So I raise to 10,000 and the button folds and the big blind calls. River is a queen of clubs, so it doesn't complete any of the flush draws, gives me a bigger straight. The big blind checks and I decide to bet 13,000. Big blind calls, and we didn't get to see what the big blind had, but we win a nice pot there and go up to about 75,000. My opponent's card's already showing, but let's go. So the blinds are 200, 400, folds to me on the button, and I have pocket aces. I raise to 1,000, small blind calls, big blind calls. Flop is king 9, 4 with 2 hearts, check, check. I bet 2,000 into the pot of 3,000 and they both call. Turn comes a 10 of hearts. They both check. This time I bet 5,000, still thinking that maybe a king will call. A king with a heart would definitely call. That's what I'm thinking here. And folds, then the big blind calls because we know what they have. The river's a jack and check, check. And we lose there to the flush. The next hand is at 400, 800, and again we can see the opponent's cards, but that's all right. So the blinds are 400, 800. I have ace jack on the button. I raise to 1,800. Small blind folds. Big blind calls with queen 7 of hearts. Flop is 8, 9, 4. They check. I bet 1,700. They raise. So they're going for a bluff here with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, I guess. Now, I'd been watching this player a bit, and they generally, I'm not surprised that they had this hand at the end of the day. So at this point, I'm thinking I just don't believe them. I think they have too many bluffs possible. So the mistake that I think I made is thinking that they would slow down if they didn't continue to improve. But they bet another 7,500. Still thinking at this point that if I call this, they would probably not bluff on the river. The river came the 7, so made them a pair, and they went all in, and at this point I didn't have the courage to call, so I folded, and we lose a bit more there. Okay, so we're out of the replay now, and we're just going to go through a few hands here. So next hand, the blinds are 600, 1,200, and I'm in middle position with king queen offsuit with 37,000 to start. I raise to 2,500, folds to the button who calls, small blind folds, big blind folds. The flop is king 7, 2. I bet 3,000 and they call. Turn is a queen, so now we have 2 pair, queens and kings. I bet 6,000 and they call. River is another king. So we make a full house. The pot is 25,000. We have 25,000 left. I go all in and they insta call with king queen, so we split that pot and don't increase our stack. Okay, a few more hands here from my notes. So I have ace jack. I raise in late position and the big blind jams all in for 27,000. I have a little bit more than that. I have 37, I believe. I call and he has pocket nines and I lose. So now I'm down to 10,000. I get ace queen on the big blind, it folds to the small blind, they raise, I go all in, and they call with pocket kings, although I get an ace on the flop, and now we're at 20,000. Next hand, I'm on the small blind with ace jack, the button goes all in for 12,000, I call, and they have pocket jacks, and I lose. And now I'm down to 9,000. Fold a bit, then I'm under the gun. The blinds are 1,000, 1,500, 1,500. So with 9,000, I go all in with my king 3 offsuit from under the gun, get called by pocket queens who flops a queen, and I'm eliminated from that tournament. Okay, so I decided not to re-enter into today's flight of the $500 housewarming, and I just came back to the condo to have a rest and get fresh for tomorrow because there's plenty more flights to play. But for some context, there have been currently 3,300 entries into the housewarming flight A today. So it looks like there will possibly get over 10,000 entries into this tournament, which is pretty cool. But I'm resting for the rest of the day, and we'll get back at the same tournament tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Remember, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click on the subscribe button. Thanks. See ya.